It's time to get your fill of boozy spirits with Matt Ray and Justin Grimble.
Hello, guys. It's glad to be back in the studio because I wasn't here the other day for
you missed out on that one.
Gin, and that was phenomenal. I'm gonna say that was the best one, and it might have been because I wasn't here, but it was phenomenal. I mean, it really was great.
It was good.
But today we got a special guest in the studio.
I don't know about special.
We have Jheovanny Gomez in the house.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
And we are excited to talk about the recent trip to Tequila, Mexico.
Oh, Jalisco.
Jalisco.
That's a state.
Okay.
I thought that that trip was like Vegas. You know what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Some of it.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know that was what was coming.
You don't have to tell us everything,
okay.
But
all right.
Some of it though.
All right.
Push that a little closer.
All right. Got it.
Yeah, so it was actually Jalisco's the state.
Okay.
Tequila's the city where we stayed and did all our sinning in. That's where it happened at.
So where is like the distilleries and all that?
It's all over that area in Jalisco.
So that whole
in the state.
And how big of an area is that?
Shit, I don't even know. It's pretty big.
Is it big?
It's a big old state.
Yeah, it is a big state. It's a big area. So
it's about this big on the map.
So the town of Tequila. Actually, you would think that everybody say that Tequila was born or it was discovered or created or whatever in the town of Tequila, but we learned with a lot of the trips that we make in all the Ubers. I mean, because they even have Uber in Mexico. I don't know if you know that, but anyway. I was the guinea pig because I was always stuck in the front seat in the taxi cabs. But, always I was trying to get in the back seat and they say, Gio, get in the front seat. And I was like, man, that's discrimination.
Well, you put me in the front seat. I'm sitting there talking to the guy in Spanish. He don't even listen to me.
They spoke English too, okay? So anyway.
He didn't like me.
So some of these guys, all of them, they told us that actually Tequila was born in outside of the town of Tequila in a town called Arandas.
Yeah, Arandas, yeah.
Arandas right outside, and they all kind of run together. Mm-hmm. It's about 10, 15 minutes different, but it was great.
So how big of a town is Tequila?
It's very little.
Is it really?
18,000 people.
Yeah, it's small.
It's a small town, but anyway.
Like the city center's like downtown Northport, kind of just real little, nothing to it.
I'm going to make a rule that every time we say tequila tonight, we drink some tequila.
There you go. Drinking some Cava de Oro from our amigos down there. Pretty sure they think I'm a celebrity.
Look, we're sitting, so we're in Cava de Oro. We're sitting all of a sudden, we're like, where's Justin? Where is Justin? I mean, he'll be
up on stage.
Somebody's taking pictures with him, or he's taking pictures with somebody. He's like, he was the novelty of Cava de Oro. That he was the only gringo in the house. So
they love me. The master distiller, the owner, the artist.
He was.
Get a picture with the gringo.
That's it.
It was so funny. Not only that, when the mariachi band starts playing, Justin just sprint to the stage. Okay, he just sprint to the stage, and he gets like, Ricardo, come on. And I'm like, what's he gonna do? First thing I know,
because you never know what he's gonna do.
I know, I was all the time. I'm thinking like I'm watching Justin. Okay, I want to make sure he don't get in trouble. I mean, of course, we're in Mexico, so you never know. So he goes sprinting to the stage, and I was like, man, he's gonna get on stage. He's gonna get over there. He's gonna get us in trouble. Well, he goes over there and starts singing the song in Spanish from the mariachi band, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
La
Llorona.
La Llorona.
Oh.
Me and Ricardo.
Oh, beautiful song.
It was beautiful. So what happened, the song came on, one of my favorite songs. I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, shit. So I just ran straight up there. That's me and Ricardo started singing. We loved it.
But anyway, that was fun. And all of a sudden, you got people just pointing at him, like pointing at the gringo, singing the Spanish song. And I was like, look at that. So that was like a proud moment for me. And say, look at that. Well, I feel good. No, there you go. We're good here. We fit in just right. Okay, he fit in just right.
It was a special moment.
I can imagine. So how long were y'all there? How long was the whole trip that y'all were there?
4 days.
Okay.
We got there. We landed there on Guadalajara on Thursday. Then we made it back home on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Thank God. I was like, man, I hope I made it back. Okay. So.
Quick little trip.
So what time did y'all start drinking tequila? On the earliest day, what time was that?
Like 5 in the morning.
No, what? No.
Well, kind of, because we left Birmingham, 5:30, 6 in the morning, and so we landed in Dallas, Texas, and first thing we did when we landed, it was just get a drink.
In Gio's VIP club.
Nice,
Admiral.
It's nice
club.
to fly with like some VIP folks.
So went to the Admiral's Club, and of course, we got there. Joanna just like I'm not gonna drink this early. And I say, you sure want a mimosa? then I brought us a couple of mimosas, but not actually. We got on the plane. What time to Guadalajara?
Around noon, I think.
By noon, we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good.
We're feeling really good.
Then you sobered up on the flight, or
Yeah.
he was probably first class, right? So
He was. Like, well, I had seats all together.
Right.
Then this jackass is like, hey, I upgraded my seats. So we're sitting in first class. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm back here
I
by
didn't
myself.
upgrade it, okay? I get automatically upgraded, okay? And that's not a plan.
Fancy
Okay?
automatic.
Look,
Automatic.
And to my defense, and I told Jheovanny, I was like, hope Justin is not mad because I didn't even know we were sitting together. You know, if I would have known, I promise I would have been sitting with them. But I got this
back there
text
by myself.
I got this text at 6:30 in the morning saying you've been upgraded to first class, and I was like, oh yeah. Justin, he was like, you're such an asshole.
Back there by myself.
And I was like, what? And he said, because I got us all sitting together. And I was like, man, really? So, I
felt bad.
I felt bad. I did feel bad.
But then he did the same thing on the way back, too, though. So
right. He didn't feel as bad back then.
Look,
And then that's probably why I got COVID, because I had to sit by some COVID asshole. But he was in first class with all the,
Oh yeah, they don't have COVID in first
there's all the
class.
filters and stuff.
look, I was feeling a little bit bad, but when I got dinner, when I got drinks on first
That
class,
first
I was
drink,
like,
you
well,
weren't, yeah.
I hate it for
He's
Justin.
fine.
Yeah, then we
He'll
land
be
back
okay.
in Dallas.
He'll
I'm
be
like, I'm
okay.
hungry. And him and Joanna was like, no, we're not hungry. They're like, we had dinner. I was like, I had a bag of peanuts. I was
It was a small bag.
yeah, I
Too.
was back there with the pores.
But anyway, we that was good though. You know, that was a
That's fun.
good experience.
It
But
was good
anyway,
stuff.
we were drinking, but 9 in the morning, and actually, I mean, next day when we started visiting the
Yeah, that was a
with a Cava de Oro.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, you know, that's what they always tell you. You know, eat something before you get there, okay? And you never learn the
Oh yeah.
the lesson, you know, because the first thing that they hit you with is, of course, with this right here. Then when you don't have nothing in your stomach,
And it hits you hard.
10 minutes, and you're like, I mean, everything is just like this table starts just like moving around, and you're like, man.
And you can't eat and catch up. You
No,
can't
no,
get
you-
rid of
yeah,
that.
you just get
You just got to embrace it and roll with
just
it.
go with it. So that we stayed there till about lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
We had some tequila samplings. Gave us a tour. Then we went over to Addictivo next door. Had lunch. No, actually, we did another tour first and more tequila tastes, and then we had lunch. So by the time we got to lunch, we were just shit faced. We were going by the time we got to lunch.
Man, you know, that's a bad feeling when you're actually, so I mean, you do lunch, you sober up, but when you're sobering up, you're like getting the hangover, okay? So to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah.
And you feel bad. You feel like, man, there's something wrong with me. I mean, it's noon, and I'm drunk. And
you
I'm-
still got the
and
rest of the day.
And I still got the
Still
rest
got
of the
the whole
day.
day
You're
to
like,
go,
man,
yeah.
I don't want to, you know, I mean, this is what we came here for. So, hey, it is what it is.
Oh, we had a good time with it. Then they invited us to the Day of the Dead party the next day, the VIP distillery party.
I bet
So
that was phenomenal.
It was
I mean,
phenomenal.
seriously.
That's where I was singing it. Everybody thought I was probably famous.
That's where you told the Telemundo.
Yeah, to get the hell out of the way. I got to take pictures with my iPhone.
I got a press badge.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
that
press
was-
badge. Hey, it worked.
That was something. That was definitely an experience. You know,
And that's what we're drinking now, Cava de Oro.
I'm
5 out of 5.
I tell you what, you know, you everybody knows what, you know, what's my favorite tequila. But when I tasted this Cava de Oro, I got like, man, this is good.
It's very good.
This is really
Yeah.
good. I mean,
We got a couple more to try, so y'all need to catch up.
well, you gotta.
So what is this cost wise?
$79.
And you can get it here in this.
Absolutely fucking not. You can't.
Really?
Nope. ABC does not have Cava de Oro yet, so I am currently working on that. Every single morning I email them, call
That
them.
that's a very smooth.
It's really
tequila.
good. So hopefully by January, February, hopefully we're going to have it at Jalapenos and be the only place in the state you can get Cava de Oro.
Nice.
Then me and Jill might go there next spring and do a barrel pick of it.
Then you know that'll be the main goal. You know, so just like we did the Don Julio,
Yeah.
Don Julio private cask, we want to bring a barrel of Cava de Oro over here. And you know, I mean, I guess when we kind of just mentioned it to the master distillery in Mexico, he was all over. He said, "Oh
Like,
yes,
come down here,
come down."
pick out a barrel." Because Don Julio is more corporate, so they're like, you know, we'll pick it out for you, but it's your barrel, but we're picking it out.
Really? Yeah.
But my buddy Alberto, he's like, man, come down here. We'll go through, 5 or 6 barrels, let you try them out, see what you and your partner want to take.
and that makes a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got an input on what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
picking.
It's
Yeah.
personal now.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it. And I tell you what, I was amazed by the attention to detail that they did everything in Cava de Oro. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I mean, from the tasting to the taking around, showing you the process. I mean, everything
Yeah.
they did. I mean, I saw Justin, mention something about the bathrooms, and I mean, that's just like a statement.
They're nice.
That everything
Yeah.
they do from the front to the. I mean, when we got there, we went to the door, and the first thing they say is, "Hey, we got that big piña, the agave plant," and they let us. I mean, they give us a hoe for us to just to
That's
be like the
awesome.
Himadors,
Yep.
to do that. And I mean, that was a special, that you're
Yeah,
actually
that
kind of
was
doing
really
it. Then.
cool.
That
So I
is.
mean, that was amazing. I mean, again, the attention to detail that they. I mean, we had a VIP tour, but I mean, I felt like the owner of that place.
Yeah.
Like. I mean, they were just like on top of you, making sure everything was just taken care of, the drinks, the tasting. I mean, you finish with your tasting, and they were like, "You want some more?" They
Some
were
more,
pouring
yeah.
more of it,
And the same at Activo too. It was first class there.
Yes, no doubt about it. Yeah.
I mean, we had VIP tour though.
Yeah.
So, like, we did our whole. Some guy was waiting outside. We did our whole tour, like hour and a half. We came back, and that son of a bitch was still just waiting outside trying
Are
to
you
get
serious?
in. Probably looking at us with hate. They give props to Lucas, our buddy Lucas.
Oh my
hooked us
goodness!
up.
I tell you what, Lucas. I think I'm gonna use Lucas' name everywhere I go now. Even I'm gonna try to do it in the States because he might know somebody.
It was
okay?
basically like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" We're like, "We know Lucas." They're like, "Everybody, like, yeah, let's go. You good?
Come on.
come on in."
So I forgot my Sam's card the other day, and I told the lady in Sam's,
No,
and say,
Lucas?
I'm friends with Lucas. She looked at me. I mean, she said, "Come on."
Just come on in. You know,
Said,
Lucas.
that was Lucas right there.
If you
I
act
know
like
Lucas.
you know somebody or you're supposed to be there,
And tell
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
Telemundo guy get the hell out of the way.
yeah. I'm here for pictures.
Act like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Not to mention the fact that Cavadoro that had a 7-foot tall plunger in the bathroom.
Oh, is that the picture you
Yeah,
showed?
that's the picture I showed you. I have to post that on our social.
Yeah.
I come out of the bathroom. I showed Gio. I'm like, "Am I drunk or is that a 6-foot tall plunger?"
Dude, that's taller than most of the Mexican population. I'm just saying.
They had to climb up there. And that was a bad one. I'll have to post that picture. It was
That's like a
interesting.
2-man plunger.
It was.
But I tell you what, the whole experience, I mean, even, and of course, there's so many stories. We will be here 3 hours if I tell you all the stories that everything was just perfect, and even though we're in a foreign country, because, I mean, it's not even my country. I'm from
Yeah, you
Colombia,
never know.
But even being there, I mean, you're still kind of, uncomfortable in a way, because, I mean, even though I could speak Spanish and I could relate to everybody, but still, I mean, again, they always put me in the front seat of the cab, okay? And I tell you what, so we landed there, we get on this cab. By the way, the guy is calling Justin because he got the contact, the Uber guy or the transportation. He called Justin and he said, "Gio, there you go." So he put me on the
I
phone.
don't want to bring my broken Spanish. He can fluent Spanish.
I said, "Hey, this is Luis." And I said, "Hey, what's up, Luis?" He said, "Look, it looks like your flight is late. So I got bad news for you. I can only wait 30 minutes. If you're not out on the plane, out of immigration in 30 minutes, I'm gone." And I was like, "Wait a minute, dude. So what are we gonna do?" And he said, "I don't care." By the way, we already paid for
I'm
that,
out.
okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you had already paid?
Yeah, we already paid.
Prepaid.
So in the line of immigration, we're just, I'm kind of trying to get in touch with the dude. Nothing. Anyway, we're just praying that get outside. So we get on. Of course, they put me in the front seat, and I'm like, "Man, thank you for picking us up. Thank you for waiting on us." And first thing I get up. So we met this friend of ours that were in Mexico, and they're supposed to meet us the next day. I get a phone call from them, and they say, "Hey, so where you at right now?" And say, "We're on our way to Tequila." And say, "Ask the driver if where you're going is a safe route." And I'm like, "Man, you're from Mexico."
He lives in Mexico.
He lives in Mexico. Yeah, he lives in Mexico.
He's from Colombia.
And he say, do you just don't know, dude?" I'm on the phone with him and say, "You just don't know." And he said, "Well, just ask him, man, because it's kind of sketchy. I mean, there's a lot of roadblocks." And
Yeah.
So Justin is, he's oblivious. He's talking to Jheovanny in the back, and he just, they're on their own world.
I didn't give it.
Conversation.
I wasn't oblivious. I just didn't give a shit.
Then I
I was
asked
just
the guy.
I was just rolling with the punches.
I asked the guy and say, "Okay, so I got my friend, he's asking me which way you're taking us to Tequila." And he said, "Well, I can take you 2 ways, the good way and the bad way." And I said, "What are you talking about? I just don't know." And he said, "Well, I mean, this way is going to take us a lot longer, but it's okay. It's like a highway. But this other way is a little bit rockier but I mean, I mean, you never know what we're gonna find in the middle of the road." And I was like, "Well, take the good way." And he said, "Man, you're 5 minutes too late. I'm already in the bad way." And I was like, "What?" And I said, "What can happen?" And he said, "Well, if we get on a roadblock, just do you bring a lot of cash?" And I was like, "Not me." So he look in the mirror and he look at Justin and he say, "Does he have a lot of cash?" And I say, "I don't think so. Probably it's all plastic. Okay."
Yeah,
It's all plastic.
remember, I wasn't in the VIP Admirals Club.
Exactly.
He said he's got all plastic. And so the dude say, "Look, if we're on a roadblock, they're just gonna look for cash, okay?" So, and I'm like, "God Almighty, what we got in here?" We're just, right here in the middle of Mexico, and we're basically, he's telling us we might get mugged before we even got to tequila,
Before we even get drunk.
So that's kind of the stuff that you just find over there.
You just gotta be careful with it, not be stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody, everybody kept telling me, "Are you scared to go to Mexico?" I'm like, no. Like, be smart, don't be stupid.
Yeah. It is crazy you got to worry about that, though.
Oh yeah.
But I guess you got to worry about that here in the U.S.
Yeah, I worry about
some places.
I worry about sometimes Tuscaloosa where I gotta go. I gotta drive over to eat my beets.
I get that.
Well, I'm not worried about it. I just, if I'm somewhere that I'm not supposed to be, I just tell him I know Matt Ray. Then okay, you're good.
Yeah, that'll get you a lot.
We'll get you some.
Get you back in economy class.
There you go. So I got us another pour here. This is the 2023 Dia de Muertos. Can't even talk now. Their special bottle. They only had 200 bottles made of this. So when we first did the Cava de Oro tour, they told us I bought a 2021 I think bottle, and they're like, "Hey, if you like Day of the Dead, call Lucas, see if he can get you in the VIP party." So that's what we were talking about earlier. We got into this party. I didn't even know how much the bottle was. I'm like, "Hey, go ahead and give me the bottle." I thought it was $56. It was $560. Did my math wrong. So don't do math when you've been drinking.
There's a picture somewhere of me and Justin looking at each other, and I think that was when we found out how much it was.
That's the next. That's this one. That's the next one.
No, that was the
next
other
one.
picture.
We'll get to that one in a minute. That's a different one.
Justin bought it and said, "Man, I really love this. Let's buy a bottle of it." So he bought a bottle. I bought another bottle. All of a sudden, he said, we asked him and they told us in pesos how much it was. And we're like, that's pesos.
That's not bad.
It's okay, that's not bad. So all of a sudden, Justin said, "You know how much we just paid for that?" He showed me the phone and I was like, "Oh my God, Do they do returns?"
Yeah, all day long he just kept saying, "Let's take it back."
Say, "I'm gonna return this, man. I just don't know. I just know how to feel, And I was feeling pretty good, but I'm still had a guilty conscience on me.
Did you drink some of it before you bought it?
Yeah, we
Surely.
did. We tried it. Yeah, we tried it.
It was good, no doubt about it. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the Addictivo 14 year. We'll get to in a minute. That's
14
what actually.
year.
I text Lucas and said, "Hey, can we try it? Because we're gonna buy a bottle." 5 minutes later, they're coming and pouring it at our table for us. So Lucas.
I'm telling you.
They knew they had some big sharks over there.
I'm telling you, the service and the attention to detail. It
was amazing,
and it was just out of this world.
So this one is 93 months aged. So it's about almost 8 years. It's phenomenal pour.
So again,
swirl it around.
This is what they do, swirl it around and just kind of look at the crown and look at the legs
and the tears. So you can see the legs in the glass are extremely slow. It's got a lot of viscosity to it. Okay. So that means it's got age in it. It's a real smooth tequila. You can see around the top of the glass, the crown, it's just sitting there like a king's crown. That shows you a high quality tequila.
Okay.
If you get some cheap shit, it just disappears. Like if you put water in here and did it, like you wouldn't see nothing. But I swirled it a minute ago, and you can still see it just easing down the glass.
Yeah, especially when you put it on the light, then you see those legs just kind of.
So they say put your nose in it first before you sip it. Get an inhale, and breathe out through your mouth, and then you put your nose on top of it and get another, kind of gets your senses. And then a little bit further away, take another inhale before you sip. And then the first sip, kind of hold it in your mouth for 5 seconds, and then exhale as you swallow.
It just makes a whole difference.
Yeah, it
That
does.
stuff's amazing.
When you taste that, because you're tasting, you get the wood, you get the oaky, you get like the sweetness of it, you get like the whole
Beautiful
spectrum of the tequila. So
that's the same as the first one we had, but aged longer.
Okay.
The first one's aged, I think, a year or two.
And just a smell difference, like you said. When
I tell you what, it didn't taste that good. It didn't taste this good when we were there. I don't know, because we had already been drinking or something.
Probably,
but it tasted really good there, but now it tastes even better.
To have tequila that you can drink like this, it's
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they only made 200 bottles of this, so once it's gone, it's gone. And my bottle's halfway gone. I'm gonna give
Have
her.
you opened yours up yet?
He didn't get one.
No, yeah, no,
you
not
didn't
not
get
that
one.
one.
Not
I
that
got,
one,
I got the
okay.
14.
He got
I got
the
the 14
Addictivo.
years. I got the Addictivo 14 years. And
So I'm gonna give her.
get
People
it.
come to my house. I'm like, try this. They're like, no, I don't want to try your good stuff. I'm like, shut the hell up. Like, this was made for. It's good stuff.
That's really good. I mean,
It's so good.
Like, I could have.
You can tell the difference. I mean, this is great.
You can see the difference in it.
Yeah. If I just drank this and stopped, I'd be happy with this. But when you go to this, it's like a. I mean,
you
it's-
don't want to go back to that
Yeah.
right there.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Should have bought another bottle of it.
Hey, if you call Lucas,
Yeah,
I'm
they
pretty
should.
sure he can
Call-
save you another
I'll just
bottle.
call Alberto.
And you know what's so funny is that if you can what they do. So we wanted to get because the bottles. So there was an artist that was part of the whole show, okay, and he designed the bottle. And this is like very famous guy in Mexico. He designed the bottle. Then he just crafted and it's if you see it, you gotta show
Yeah,
a picture
I'll
in the
post a
podcast.
picture, yeah. I'll post a picture of it on there.
But it's just awesome. And the work that it takes and the hand, every bottle is made by hand. Okay. So anyway, long story short, we asked him because they gave us and they emptied maybe 10 bottles that night.
Yeah.
Giving it to everybody in the VIP party. We asked him, say, can we have one of those bottles? And they say, no, we gotta destroy them. We're like, what?
Crazy.
Unless you buy the whole bottle and you can take
And
it
then
with you.
sure.
Otherwise, they don't let any other bottles over there just kind of.
And that shows their quality too. Like
Yeah.
they're not just like, oh yeah, you can have the damn bottle,
Yeah.
whatever. Like they're
Somebody counterfeit it, fill
exactly.
it back up, and
yeah.
They're making sure it's quality stuff. Matt buys it. It's not somebody else filled it up. Like,
Yeah.
they're making sure it's quality. That's a good place.
Yeah.
That's Cava de Oro. He
Love-
said anytime I want to come back, so I might go next week.
I believe it.
He said
They love Justin.
that's what I was telling Jheovanny's wife Joanna. I was like, yeah, they said it's my house. She's like, oh, it's just a.
How do you say my house is your house?
They're like euphemism, like mi casa es su casa. I'm
There
like,
you
I was
go.
like, no, I was like, he didn't say that. He said su casa. He said it's your house. he didn't say my house is your house. He said it's your house. And she was like, no, that's. I was like, no, look at the text. I showed her the text. She's like, okay, yeah, he said that. He said it's your house.
So
Yeah,
how
I'll tell
big
you
are these distilleries as far as like barrels? How many? I mean, is it a lot of barrels?
I mean, it's
they-
a good size. I don't know barrels like how many they have.
Right.
But I mean, it's a good size
It's a good
facility.
size.
Yeah.
Justin, shame on you, man. You should have done your homework better. Okay.
They don't release that.
We should have
That's
known that how many barrels they got.
That's proprietary.
But I mean, it's a lot.
It is.
So I mean, they took us down to the cave, where they got all the the bottles. And another thing that got me really, not surprised, but it was very interesting is the control in the
with the government.
quality control in the government. So they put I'm not a big connoisseur of distilleries and anything, but
Right.
I mean, these guys, they put a tag on the where the spout is,
the bung hole.
the bung hole, okay, whatever.
That's what it's called.
All right.
That's what it's
bung
called.
hole, okay.
Bung hole.
So they put this tag on it to make sure that, and they say that they have auditors continuously, to check on their barrels, make sure that they just don't open up and put more.
Just to make sure it's legit. They're
They put-
always
they put some
always
more, like,
checking.
The
cheap
bunghole.
They just don't put some like cheap tequila there or something,
Right.
I mean, so when you pay, $600 for a bottle of tequila, that it's
getting
guarantee. I mean, you're getting good quality. So I mean, that was very surprising.
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
That even in Mexico, I mean, of course, I come from a corrupt country, and you will think that, of course, I mean, we hear a lot of stuff about Mexico being corrupt, but I mean, this was, I mean, being there, witnessing it.
Yeah.
I mean, even here when you get on the States, because I don't even know how much it will be that bottle here. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
telling.
Oh, yeah, no telling. Yeah,
There's no
Like
telling how
something
much
like that, yeah.
that bottle will be here. It will be
Because they only made 200 of them. So like
Yeah.
Pappy 15, which goes for 1,500, $2,000. They make a couple thousand cases a year.
Yeah.
This they make 200 bottles.
so
it's
if you
like
get
40 cases maybe.
Yeah, so if you get a bottle and there's no telling again how much you will pay for that, but I mean, whatever you pay is, I mean, you're getting quality and you're getting, the real deal. So.
That's crazy.
It's high quality. What you think about it, Matt?
I think it's probably seriously the best tequila I've ever tried.
The next one's even better. I don't know if it's even better. They're both equally good.
Right?
I'm partial to Cava de Oro because Alberto, me and him are tight. That's my buddy, the master distiller.
Look, the aroma,
Aroma's
of Cava,
beautiful.
It
the
is.
aroma of Cava de Oro, I don't know what you say whenever they ask you, say, what's your ranking out of 10? And the people always say 12 out of 10, but I mean, this one right here
It is.
is I mean, you go 5 out of 5, I go
And beyond.
in aroma,
Yeah.
you go, you can go 6, whatever, and the aroma is just what gets you.
Yeah.
Right there.
And it's
It really
actually
is.
related to the Adictivo distillery. It's his son. That was his son that branched off.
It's all the family.
So are they close together?
Yeah, they're right next door to
They're
each
right
other.
next door to each other, and it's amazing what they've done. Now, we learned that they're doing like a hotel, like a little resort.
Oh, that's gonna be
right
sweet.
there, and that'll be. I mean, we saw the plans. We got to see firsthand.
Yeah.
Their vision. What they're doing in the next like a capital plan in the next 10 years. We need to go. We need to go. You need to go there, man. We need to take you and Nikki.
It'll be fun.
That'll be your next.
That's where I'm going to retire.
Is it?
But Jheovanny,
Maybe next
Yeah.
couple weeks.
You going to be the bunghole inspector?
I'm going to be the bunghole inspector.
Justin he keeps saying to Jheovanny, I think I'm coming back to Mexico, and I was like, man, I'm coming. No, Jheovanny say I'm coming with Justin. I say, what the hell, Jheovanny? He's like, I don't care. I'm moving to Mexico too. So anyway,
Oh, then my wife said I can't move to Mexico. I got to go to Colombia. So
so we got Colombian wives,
Yeah,
So,
I get that.
but it's still, we can go to Mexico and have a distillery, and we go to Colombia and have a weed farm. So
Right.
I got to talk to my father-in-law about that.
So does Colombia do anything like this? Tequila, anything like, or any kind of spirit?
That's Jill. He can talk about that.
Or is it
Colombian
straight
spirit.
cocaine?
so we got the. Look, if Jheovanny was here,
She'll whoop your ass.
Yeah, Jheovanny was here, she'd be jumping across the table and say, "What the hell, Matt? You know what?
That's
what
what-
you saying?
that's
You
what
know,
Colombia's
I
known
get
for.
It. I get it. I know. But anyway, I mean, we got flowers. We got the best coffee in the world.
That's true.
So I mean, we're supposed to educate you, gringos. Okay,
Right.
We're supposed to educate you. And
Cocaine's a cash crop, though, right?
It is.
look, coffee, flowers, beautiful woman.
Yes.
And I mean, and a lot, of course, the landscape in Colombia, and I have taken, a lot of friends over there that, Federal Washington or Secretary of Labor. He's been in Colombia. Of course, his dad was the first person that
Let
I
me get
took to
Fitz on the
Colombia.
show.
Yeah.
Talk some shit.
Denzel?
So Denzel Washington,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So he,
No, he's got a new name
Look,
now, Coach. Coach Prime. Coach Fitz.
we gotta bring him over here, and actually, we gotta tell the story about Denzel Washington. But anyway, Shane Spiller, Shane.
Yep,
Shane has
yep.
been with me in Colombia, and I tell you what, he can tell you, and I hope you can bring him over here as a
Oh, yeah.
guest
We'll have to get him
Yeah.
for sure.
do some bourbon tasting with him. But anyway, I mean, I took him last time, and he just loved Colombia, and of course, I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't get mad because hey, it is what it is. We get the bad press, we get all the stuff but I mean, Colombia is a beautiful country.
Safe country?
It's a safe country.
Yeah, I mean,
tell
just
you
like
what,
Mexico. I mean, it depends on when you go. I've been there
Right.
13 times, and
I
I've
tell
never
you
felt
what,
dangerous.
to that point, I feel safe. But of course, I'm from there. But if you ask Shane or Fitz, we went everywhere, and I can tell you, I feel safer in Colombia than I did in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because
I get
I
that.
mean, Mexico, I'm talking to these cab drivers, and they're telling me, "Hey, look, man, who's driving you back?" And I'm like, "Why?" And he say, "Because we're not supposed to be on this road past 10 o'clock." And I'm like, "Why?" And he say, "Well, we get pulled over, and if they take you out of the car, I can do nothing about it. You're going with them." And I was like, "What they do with you?" And say, "Well, I hope your family got money, because if you don't have money, they never see you again."
That's crazy.
And I'm like, "What?" I want to get back to the States, okay?
I need first class.
First class. Jump right back in. But I never felt any danger walking on the streets or nothing.
Because you were never listening to the conversation that I was having on the house. Then you know what? Then I put Justin in the front. Okay, I'll tell you that. And I put Justin in the front for one of the drives. And
Yeah.
so I'm waiting over there, and the guy actually spoke English. And I'm like, "Justin, say something. Justin, shut up."
It was also
Because he wasn't
it was 7 in the morning, and the guy was gayer than a $2 bill. He was snapping. He was sitting there snapping and singing Michael Jackson songs to me.
I love Michael Jackson.
But not when a metro Mexican guy is singing it to you.
No,
That's a little
actually,
different.
it was a guy from Venezuela that
That's even
picked
worse.
us up. He was from Venezuela that picked us up. But anyway, I made Justin get in the front just by with a purpose. I was like,
so
I'm
he
gonna make
could go to sleep because he wanted
I'm
to go
gonna
back
make
to sleep.
Justin go in the front. Then I tell you what, we had about an hour drive. Justin didn't even say a word, and I was like,
I was actually working on the fucking hostess schedule. I was working while Jheovanny was sleeping. That's some truth.
Oh, man.
That's a little bit of true facts.
but I tell you what, I don't know. Man, I got to have the last sip of that. That was so good. I mean, I didn't even want to leave anything on that glass right there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So this one I just poured for us. This is the Addict Tevo 14 year. This is the one he was referring to earlier. There's like,
That's mine. Watch out.
that's yours. He's trying to take both of them.
So you see, I mean, look at. I want everybody to see the pours. Okay, that's what you call discrimination. Okay, they give the biggest pours to the Americans, and they give the Colombian.
Look at
The
that.
Colombian.
You
the small
still
pour.
got to
Look
go
at
to
that.
Sam's.
Huh? I still got. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go to Sam's. Jheovanny is calling me right now.
Still gotta go to Sam's.
Okay.
So this one's 14-year Addict Tevo. I always wanted to buy a bottle. Every night I drink. I always put a bottle in my shopping cart online to buy it, and always puss out, never buy it. So we called Lucas. Lucas lets us try it. Me and Jheovanny are like, it's amazing. Let's buy a bottle. Let's buy 2 bottles. And that's what he bitched about all day. Like, we didn't take it back.
So this is the one you bought too.
Yeah, we bought
Y'all
2
both
of them.
bought a bottle.
It's like, actually, it's cheaper. Online, it's about almost $1,000 a bottle.
See, I got a cigar smell on this.
We got it for like $8.20 a bottle.
Really? Y'all got a discount.
So while we're sipping on this one, we're gonna do our new segment, Johnny. Drunk therapy.
Uh-oh. I'm just checking out for everybody. I'm checking out right now. I'm gone. Okay.
So we got this. We get online questions from fans. They ask us, like, for me and Matt, to give our BS experience to them. So our first question is, let's see, Jim from Huntsville. He said, "How do I make friends since I moved to Huntsville?" Ain't got no friends anymore.
Really?
Is that for Matt? Is that question?
That's
No,
that's
that's for
all
you.
of- that's
That's
all
for
of
the
us.
guest.
All of us. How do you make friends when you move to a new city?
Oh, I think you go out to the bars or the brewery, whatever.
Wherever the
And-
people are at.
Yeah, exactly. Have a few drinks, and you meet friends. You'll meet people. Join the chamber.
Amen.
Start a new chamber.
Yeah, yeah. Join the Huntsville chamber, and I can promise you, some of my, and this is not a chamber plug, but some of my best friends are from the chamber, just from meeting them there.
Well, I mean, you can maybe talk enough about the chamber, but of course, I mean, the chamber has helped me grow, grow personally, business wise, and I mean relationships. The relationships I made, while I've been in the chamber, and Justin can keep on playing, his dirty stuff. Okay, but I cannot
It's
put
good.
it.
It is
I cannot
good.
put it. I cannot put it on there. I mean, it have helped us, grow our
Oh,
business.
absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
I can't
and
deny
of course,
that.
relationship wise, I mean, I don't know
Absolutely.
if we would be where we are right
Oh,
now
yeah,
if it
no,
wasn't
no,
because of the
absolutely.
chamber. So I mean,
And I got to give
no
props
question.
to Jheovanny for that, because I don't do that stuff. I'm not political. I'm behind the scenes. He knows that. He loves the chamber
But I'm
stuff.
not either, and I can tell you that I fit in more there. I mean, I feel more comfortable there than I do almost anywhere. I mean, seriously. In our business, same way. I mean, we have grown tremendously since we joined.
Yeah, it's-
just the relationships we built.
And I tell you what, we gotta send a bill to the chamber right here, right? We,
Yeah,
we, need, to
that's
send
what
them,
I'm
we need to
saying.
send them a bill.
I joke about it, but I know it's a good thing though. I'm just a lone wolf, so I do my own thing.
I tell you what, it's probably one of the best things that you can do. I mean, if you're,
It is.
especially a business wise,
Yeah.
business wise, if you're a new business, that's what you gotta do. You gotta.
Or if you have an existing business that's not a member of the chamber,
absolutely.
what do you think? I mean, seriously, what do you think? But you have to utilize some of the
Well,
stuff. You can't
there's-
just pay and say, "Hey, they didn't do anything."
Yeah, you gotta
utilize.
put effort in.
You got a great point. You get out of the chamber as much as you put in.
That's
you know?
it.
So
Exactly.
I mean, if you put 100% in there, I mean, you get your return on investment,
tenfold.
twofold.
Tenfold.
Yeah.
tenfold. Yeah.
I mean, if you put it all the way in, you usually get a pretty good investment out of it. That's what usually happens. That's my motto in life: stick it all the way in, and you'll get something good out of
So
it.
shout out to Kyle and Alicia. I saw Alicia coming out of a bar tonight. Did you see that?
I saw that she was sneaking out in the back,
Sorry about that,
but
Alicia.
I mean, she was. I mean, I know. We've been trying to get Jack Brown
Right.
and all of
I
those
think she
people,
was doing some
from-
chamber
Oh yeah,
business.
no doubt about it. We're trying to get those memberships, get them out. But anyway, to your question, I guess I'm next on that. I will go to a coffee shop. I will trust anybody that loves coffee. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll just go
Yeah.
over there and sit right. Instead of a bar, go to a coffee shop and just kind of start off a conversation. And I mean,
good
with
place
that
to go
somebody.
to,
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some hipsters and some.
Yeah, I don't know about hipsters, because I'm not
Some
I'm not in
weirdos.
that. I'm not in that category. But hey, other business
Yeah.
people.
How about you?
I go to the strip club.
That, Huntsville, do they have a strip club?
Allegedly, they do.
Do they?
Yep.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Legally. Legally, they do.
Somebody told me they did.
And when you say finding friends, that's what you're talking about? At the strip club?
At the strip club, friends.
He's going to find divorce papers when he get home, okay?
Allegedly. I don't even know if I've even been to Huntsville before.
Have you not?
I think once or twice.
It is truly one of the
Yeah, I
coolest
went to
cities.
the Space Center.
Yeah.
It was a really cool place.
Gosh, I think I've been in the Space Center like 15 times. Every time somebody from Colombia comes in there,
You got to bring them.
No. Space Center.
look, we tell him, say, I'm going to take you to the NASA. They're like, oh my God, really? Are you go? You know, you live close to the NASA, and say, I'm gonna take you to the NASA. They go over there, and it's like, you think Disneyland? They don't care about Disneyland, okay?
They love it.
You take it to the NASA, they love it, okay? And it's like 3.5 hours. You pay $15 for a ticket.
Yeah.
Instead of $200 for a Disneyland, they get more. They get more out of NASA than they get out of
awesome.
Disneyland. So
They love it.
that's we're fortunate to have that.
Yep.
So that's so close.
That's
to
some
us.
good advice, Jim.
This tequila would probably work.
It probably would. It makes your clothes fall off or get the shit beat out of you.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of woman it is.
You probably need to speak to one of those bunghole inspectors in Mexico.
Like, can I help your bunghole?
That's how it would go down.
Man, no.
So what else y'all got? What else is going on in the world of Tuscaloosa? We got what game's coming up? Kentucky this weekend.
Kentucky away. It's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
kickoff
let's
or
get some
something.
score predictions. We'll start with Matt. What do you think, Matt?
Kentucky, 45-14, Bama.
Damn, I don't think the point line's that big, is it?
Probably not.
I don't think it is, but I like it. What do you think, Gio?
24-17.
Okay.
That's probably a little closer point line. I have to look it up.
Bama.
Oh
On top?
yeah,
Yeah, you got-
Bama,
yeah.
you know. So I was today with the football team. They were serving. I mean, we were honored to be part of it. They were serving, and I'm gonna send you some pictures of it. They were serving the veterans today at the VA.
Awesome.
So anyway, they asked us if we could cater for them, and so all the food, even the coaching staff was there. I took a picture with Clinton. That was pretty
Awesome.
cool, you know.
Yeah.
I mean that guy is awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was that tall. Okay, so anyway, long story short, I'm there and I'm just kind of messing with the guys, taking pictures, and I was like, so what do you think, guys? You know what we're gonna do this weekend? And one of the guys, I can say who that was, and he kind of winked at me and said, "We got this." I mean, you gotta feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
that
When they got that
confidence.
confidence, and
I think they got
that-
the swagger in.
Oh yeah,
again.
oh, yeah. Well, and of course, I mean, we know how they started the season and where they, I mean,
Yeah.
that last game with LSU, that was amazing. And
It was.
I
to see
think we're
the
still going to get
performance.
screwed in the playoffs. So
Hey, don't get ahead of yourself.
no,
now.
we're going to get. Texas has to lose. We're going to get left out at fucking 5. There's all kinds of scenarios people are
I
talking
don't
about
think-
because
I think it would be Georgia. That's
no,
gonna make a mistake, man.
even if we beat Georgia, we're
agree.
going to get left out. Texas has to lose, or Ohio State or Michigan have to get the shit beat out of them in their stupid game of the century, whatever the fuck they're calling it now.
Let's say this is my optimistic view. Okay,
I went through a
And
deep
say
rabbit
that we
hole
beat-
about it the
If
other
we
night.
beat Georgia, it would beat Georgia convincingly. Okay, not by
Right.
1 point,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
by
yeah,
2 points.
yeah,
if
maybe.
we beat Georgia really good, it's gonna be a hard.
Hey,
it's gonna be a hard for those guys making the.
Because
the
we have
selection
one
paper.
loss, they have one
Yeah,
loss. and we
absolutely.
beat
I
'em.
mean,
They also put
especially-
Oregon ahead of us this week, which they screwed us on that one.
Right.
So my prediction, 67-0, Alabama. Going
You've been
big.
pretty close so far.
Yeah, no, I ain't hit
See,
it once.
that's when you say no more tequila for Justin. Okay,
Hey, I'm-
no more
we
tequila
need
for
we
Justin.
need some
That's
wins
it.
like that,
We do need some wins.
Yeah.
Like
and we
that.
need Texas
no doubt
to
about
lose.
it.
Texas should have lost last week. We need Texas to lose.
Man, they have like 4 games that they win like for 2 points,
Yeah.
4 points,
Yeah.
something like that. And
That's because they got Matthew McConaughey on sidelines.
We need a Matthew McConaughey. I don't know who that is, but we need that person.
I don't think we have
we got
anybody.
him right here, Matt Ray.
I could get over there, but I just don't think I have the appeal of McConaughey.
Maybe.
Hey, you put a cowboy hat on,
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
some boots, and just talk like you do, man. And you got that sweet, you got that
we
drone.
need to call
you know.
Fitz. Maybe we can get Fitz on there.
Yeah.
If
Fitz
can
would be
on
good.
sideline.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fitz can be on
He
sideline.
Oh yeah.
We need somebody. I don't think we have anybody famous in Tuscaloosa though. This Matthew McConaughey famous.
Yeah, I agree.
You'll be surprised. We
Do we?
kind of dig
Besides,
around, yeah.
besides you.
You better keep digging.
So I got a question. I got a question for you.
Oh my God, I'm going to the bathroom again. Okay.
You ever thought about running for politics, local politics? Just honestly, have you ever thought about it?
Look, I mean, I don't know. Service.
Because you
it's
are
my calling.
service.
It is my calling. No,
yes.
it definitely is my calling. But
and we need good people in politics. I mean, you know that we need good.
Yeah,
not to say we don't have good people now, but we need good people.
Better people.
I don't want to say no,
Right?
but maybe right now is not the time for me to do it. But hey, maybe later on. I don't know. I mean, what I have to say is that I love Tuscaloosa. I love this community. And I call this town home. Okay, this is home.
Yeah.
So Tuscaloosa,
You do live here, so it is your home.
So Tuscaloosa, Northport, Tuscaloosa County. I mean, this is my home. I mean,
Yeah.
I made this home. I mean, my kids. They were born here. So I mean, anything I can do to serve this community
To make it better.
Yeah, to make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm there. So again,
That sounds like a yes.
I can be campaign manager.
hey, if I run, I want to get elected. Okay.
That's true.
I want to get elected. Okay.
I can't even
Justin.
get my name on the ballot. I can't even get my name in consideration.
But I mean,
Instantly kicked off.
Any position you can serve, your city or your county or whatever. I mean, of course, it's a high place of honor. But if I ever do that, I mean, of course, make no mistake. I try to be the best I could be.
There's no doubt about it. And I want to give you props for everything you do in this community because jalapenos as a whole, I mean, y'all give so much. I know of no other company that does what y'all do.
Well, this community has done so much for us. I mean, you think about it. What we started. We started with 2 kitchen guys. Mm-hmm. And two of us others.
Yeah.
And where we are right now, I mean, we employ more than. I mean, Justin kind of hit me in the face the other day and said, "Man, we got 187 employees," and I was what?
Holy!
And it just, I got
crazy.
I got chilled.
That is.
I
That's
was
awesome.
like, God Almighty. I mean, just think about all the families that depend on
Yeah.
the decisions that we make, and again, I mean, it just speaks about the community that we live in. I mean, our community, we have 30 plus other Mexican restaurants here, and people choose to come and spend their money, their hard-earned money on us. And so I mean, that's the way. I mean, that's why we do what we do. That's what we give back, and that's what we all do. What we do.
I don't think either one of us do it for ourselves, our own recognition. We do
Right.
it for
No
all
doubt
the,
about
like you
it.
said, all the families we help provide jobs for, and all that stuff. Like it means a lot to me and Jheovanny.
Yeah.
We
That's
don't-
crazy y'all employ that many people. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like a small manufacturing plant.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
it really is. And small business in this community is huge, and
Absolutely.
mad props to y'all, seriously.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
man. Thank you, man. Hey, y'all.
And
y'all do
that's
a
not
heck of a
tequila talking either.
I know we take a lot of pride in that. Like I said, it's not personal pride, just for the families. And well, like me and him both always will say, "Hey, man, I love your restaurant." Like, man, there's a lot of people involved in it. It's not just Jheovanny. It's not just myself. It's like
Right.
the whole freaking
Oh, my
183
goodness.
people. You know,
See,
like
last night we had the adapted athletics program, which, by the way, we have this weekend. We have the Jalapenos Invitational
I saw
on
that,
the
yeah.
adapted athletics. Anyway, I mean, they were asking us and said, "Man, what's the key to your success?" And I tell, our staff, our people, because I mean, without our staff, because I mean, they bought into it. I mean, they get up every morning. That's their passion to come over there, work every single day, not only because they get a paycheck, because they believe in what we do.
Yep.
And I mean, they're the key to our success because they love it. They love what they do, and they make us look good. And they're the ones
It's
that make it
always
happen.
consistent, and it's always, I mean, excellent.
Thank you, man.
and the legends of tequila now.
That's right.
Hey, we can claim that. We're gonna claim it as
claim it.
long as we can. That. Hey,
Nobody's even close to us.
Justin put us on 257.
You need to change that
157.
menu. That menu's got 220 on there now, so you
we
need
keep
to.
adding.
Every time Justin texts me in the morning, I mean, I get all of a sudden it's like Joanna used to be mad at me. Okay, say who's texting you at 4:30 in the morning, and all of
Tequila
this.
King over here.
Now she's like, "Is that Justin?" Say, of course it is.
That's one of
Then
my
he say, we got one more. We got another tequila. We got another tequila." And I was like, God,
And hopefully
Justin.
a couple of more.
We're trying to get Cavadoros. I'll pump us up. And I always tell people, if you don't want me to text you in the morning, don't put your phone on silent. because I'm gonna text you.
Yeah. Oh, I get text at 5:36.
I get notifications every morning around 5:45 that Matt Ray has looked at your TikTok profile. Then I know Matt's up, so I text him like, "What are you doing?" Let's see if we got any more followers.
Oh man, you guys! I tell you what, you guys have a great gig over here. This is awesome, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me here on your show. I mean, this was pretty cool. This was amazing. And
Good time, good tequila.
definitely,
Yes.
good times.
Good times.
We'll call that one a show.